We got some big Cars Tour news announcements. RNS Race Cars announced that Bobby McCarty, Deac McCaskill, and Logan Clark will be racing for the team full time in the Cars Tour in 2024. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. Before we get into that announcement, just going to provide some context. Bobby McCarty posted this at the end of the Cars Tour 2024 season, in the middle of November. He says, I'm not usually one to post stuff like this on here, but desperate times calls for desperate measures. Everyone knows racing is expensive, and I've been very fortunate to have great partners throughout the years to keep it going. At the end of this past season, I lost a major partner, and if I don't find any, unfortunately, my career will be over. I'm a mechanic at a small mom and pop shop, so there's no backup plan for me. If you would please share this to help get the word out that I am needing help. I have a lot of years left in me, and I know next year we can compete for another championship. So not sure if this did the trick, but it looks like he will indeed have a ride for the 2024 Cars Tour season. We have this over on Facebook from RNS Race Cars. New year, new edition. Bobby McCarty and Logan Clark will return to RNS Race Cars in 2024 with the addition of Deac McCaskill, longtime chassis customer. All three drivers will compete full-time in the Cars Tour, Virginia Triple Crown, and select NASCAR weekly races. Bring on 2024. We did also get some comments from Marcus Richmond, Bobby McCarty, Logan Clark, and Deac McCaskill. So let's take a listen to what they had to say here.
This is Marcus Richmond. I'm excited to announce that Bobby McCarty and Logan Clark will return to RNS in 2024. I'm also thrilled to announce that my good friend Deac McCaskill will join us running the second house car.
So there is Marcus Richmond just kind of going over the announcement right there. Now let's listen to what Bob McCarty had to say.
This is Bobby McCarty. I'm excited to return to RNS in 2024 with much success like we had last season. The opportunity lies right in front of us, and we are ready to execute as a team.
So there you go. He's ready for the 2024 season and ready to execute with RNS. Now let's listen to Logan Clark.
Logan Clark. I am excited to continue my growth with RNS Race Cars in 2024. The transition to the Cars Tour in the middle of our season last year was a big challenge for me. Now, we are more prepared than ever, and it is time to capitalize.
Logan Clark was a regular at Dominion Raceway and then transitioned to competing in the Cars Tour full-time about halfway through. We'll see what he can do next year. He was kind of a middle-of-the-pack guy, but he did have some solid runs in a number of those races, and unfortunately also had some bad luck as well, getting caught up in a number of wrecks. But he is a solid competitor, and we'll see what he does moving forward. Young guy, so we'll see what he's got, and he's definitely got some really good mentors here in both Bobby McCarty, Marcus Richmond, and obviously Deac McCaskill as well now. Now let's listen to what Deac had to say.
This is Deac McCaskill. I'm excited to be joining the RNS family and running one of their house cars in 2024. Family is super important to me, and joining the RNS is going to allow me to compete full-time and be able to spend more time with my family at home. I'm looking forward to a great year with the entire RNS crew.
There you go. That is what Deac had to say. And these are some of the best drivers in the Cars Tour in late model stock car racing. We can look at the 2023 point standings here, courtesy of the CarsTourDigest.com. You can see that Bobby McCarty finished fourth. He was 120 points out from Carson Quaffle. He had one win, 7 top 5s, and 12 top 10s. Unfortunately, had 3 DNFs. Led a total of 22 laps. Had an average start of 9 and an average finish of 9.69. Brought in over $35,000. We have to scroll down a little bit further to find Deac. He only competed in 12 races rather than the total 16 for the season. He had 2 wins, had no poles. He had 2 wins, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and 2 DNFs. So really, really solid there, and almost brought in as much money as Bobby McCarty, $33,000. I think most of his wins came on early in the season. So he obviously is a top performer. 2 wins. What does he have? The third most wins there. Carson Quaffle with 5, Brendan Queen with 4, and then Deac down there with 2. So he had the third most wins. He had the third. Yeah, he had the third most wins for the entire 2023 season. And then we have to scroll down a little bit further to find Logan Clark. There he is. He finished 23rd in the points. Only obviously competed in 9 races. Did not have any top 5s or top 10s. And then those 2 DNFs. Average start of 20th, and then an average finish of 19th. Did bring in $10,000 though. So we'll see. I think Logan Clark does have a lot of upside. So we'll really see what he does this year. Obviously, a lot to prove, but I think he can. I think he is up to the task. If you want to look back at some of their history, you can see here for race results, specifically by race. There you go. You can see that Deac won that first race at Southern National Motorsports Park, and then he won at South Boston in October. It's a little bit wrong there. Obviously, got one in the very beginning, and then one towards the end of the season. And then you can look at his previous standings over the past number of years in the Cars Tour. Finished second back in 2015, won the championship in 2016, and then was a top 5 competitor in 2017, 2018, and 2019. And then obviously had a really strong run there in 2021 as well, finishing in 5th. But it looks like his 2019, his 2020, 2022, and 2023 seasons not where he used to be, but obviously that's because he probably wasn't racing as many races as he previously did. You can see here, 2020 only 7 starts, 9 starts in 2022, and only again, as we mentioned, 12 starts in 2023. If we look at Bobby McCarty here, he got that one win at Dominion Raceway earlier this year, but he's a 3-time Cars Tour champion, winning in 2018, 2019, and 2021. The only time he finished outside of the top 5 was in 2022, and then obviously that first season that he was in 2017, but he only started one race there. And then Logan Clark, we can look at him here. He's only really competed in the Cars Tour last year, so we'll see how he performs. But that is what we're looking at for the RNS race team. Really big news coming out of the Cars Tour. 2 of the top competitors racing for RNS, and they will be competing in 2024. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below.